If you just like me, like the sound of the proper V8 under the hood, but you're already bored with the old Ram 1500 or F150 and you don't want a 3.6 liter engine, we got something for you. A Chevrolet Silverado High Country, 6.2 liter on 6 inches from Rough Country with a little twist. A High Country is a top spec trim level on all the Silverados out there. You pretty much get a luxury vehicle on 4-wheel drive with a sport car's engine that can actually carry lots of loads, your whole family. It can do it all. It's a family car, it's an all-rounder, it's a daily, it's a walk track, you name it. Whatever you want to do it, it's going to be doing it very well with your smile on your face, because it's got a 6.2 liter engine under the hood and it sounds beautiful. You don't see many of those tracks being lifted, especially 4 or 6 inches high, mainly because of the adaptive ride control. This trim has it stock and you cannot do much with that suspension, but thanks to the Columbus cars, we've actually managed to do a 6-inch lift kit, put a nice 35-inch tires on the wide rims and make it look even more beautiful than it is already. So what Columbus did here, he managed to keep the front adaptive ride control and separate the rear one, so you don't get an annoying flashing light on your dashboard. Everything actually works exactly the same. If you go inside this vehicle, you will feel the same level of performance the stock vehicle has, but you got a 6-inch lift kit. What more do you want? What are the basic ingredients to make such a nice vehicle even better? Well, first of all, you start with a 6-inch lift kit and makes it stand out of the crowd of all the Silverados. You end up getting wider wheels, 22 by 10 inch, that's minus 18 fuel rims, 35-inch tires, and of course, to keep it clean and road legal, you end up getting a nice fender flares. In here we got SF1 Rough Country fender flares painted to match the body. Perfect. Technical corner. Let's go under the vehicle for all your nerds to see how this 6-inch lift kit is created. If you don't want to listen to that, just fast forward to this point. Let's see how this 6-inch lift kit has achieved its height while maintaining a working angles of the suspension to keep it working for long and as long as a stock form. Have a look. So the whole lift kit is achieved thanks to that spacer above the coilover. This is a factory coilover. You get to keep that one, and you get to keep the adaptive ride control on the front, so everything works fine. And everything else that's actually working in here, so the steering rack, the differential, this is all lowered about 6 inches lower than factory. And thanks to the knuckle that I'm going to show you in a second, this way the whole suspension works on the same angle as factory, so it's going to last you the same amount of kilometers as you would have it in stock option. So this is your factory steering knuckle, cast aluminium. You throw it away and you put the cast steel one from Rough Country. This is much longer element, and you got the relocation of that mount much higher to keep the angles of the steering rack as factory. This is all factory skid plate. It has to be removed because it's all lowered. This is all plastic, and it's a good thing because the Rough Country gives you a nice steel plate. So the last but not least part of your front suspension is the sway bar, and it's also been relocated a few inches lower. Come have a look in here. This part holds the sway bar lower, and thanks to that it gets to work in the same angles as factory, so you can expect to work the same way as before. To rise the back of the vehicle, there's a 5.5-inch spacer, a block under the leaf spring, between the axle and the leaf spring. It's also angled to keep the pinion angle just like factory. And of course, raising it about 5.5 inch, you do have to change the shocks for longer, and those are the Rough Country ones and 3 shocks. Few words about compatibility of those parts. Because you're lifting your vehicle, especially Silverado or Ram 1500, 4, 5 or 6 inches, you're going to be end up using a steel knuckle from Rough Country, much larger one that's not going to be compatible with factory wheels. And now what you have to do is move that wheel outside, most possible outside of the fender flares like it is in here. This is 10-inch wide wheel, 22-inch diameter, and it's -18 offset. That makes it clear the suspension parts, especially the knuckle, but it also makes it a little bit aggressive on the stock fender flares, and that's why we use a Rough Country SF1 fender flares, to keep it nice and clean, to keep it street legal as well. As usual, you can find me in the comment section because I'll be answering every single question you're going to be asking regarding this build, any other build, or maybe your vehicle that you want to lift it. So let me help you find your way in the jungle of options that Offroad Express has on their website. See you next time.